Hello. Hi, Leaky. We're back with what I've affectionately termed Lord Winklebottom, because why not? Or I could just say bottom, like my niece was doing. So yeah, hi, I'm back. I've been away a week. Except that I haven't been away a week. I was away for a few days and I had social things and my battery kind of drained. And I'm still kind of feeling weirdly disconnected. I had no idea what I was going to stream today, and this was already set up, so I was like, let's just finish off this. I do not know how long I'm going to stream. It'd be nice to finish the game. We got to Act 2. There are 3 acts. Well, I was fine on my holiday. It's just, you know, I was like, yay, I feel fine, this is great. And then, like, afterwards, it was like the lack of people drained my battery. Or like the absence of people. But either way, it was great to see my niece and it was great to see my Daisy. And also my brother and sister-in-law, but, you know, my niece and then my friend Daisy. Or as I abbreviated it to, Daisy. This is voiced, so I don't have to do the thing. So we're going to load our save from last Thursday, where we just started in Act 2. I have volume. If it's too loud, let me know. Yes, all the good people whose names end with E. And I got to see a giraffe and a rhinoceros and a zebra and a red panda and some monkeys and burbies and penguins at the zoo. Yeah, I got rhinoceros wrong and called it a rhinosaur, and then my brother kept singing the theme tune to Jurassic Park, which annoyed my niece. She didn't like it. But yeah, rhinosaurs, you know, those things that hippopotamuses with a horn. Also saw camels. Went to a wildlife park. And also, like, butterflies, like really pretty butterflies in a butterfly house, because we went to Blenheim Castle as well, which is really nice. I mean, I did spend like 3.5 hours on a bus on Saturday, but yeah. Hopefully everybody missed me, but also didn't really miss me because, yeah, you know what I mean. Right, so we're in Act 2. I've forgotten what's going on, so let's see if... yeah. So yes, I think we literally just evicted the dead guy into a bathtub and dissolved a slug. The gardener. We dissolved the gardener. We've not met the butler yet. We've met the daughter. We met the reverend. The maid. Sailor. The doctor. Or the scientist. Yeah, so Pumphrey we accidentally dissolved because it was salt water. We think that's what killed the axolotl. We've met the medium. The daughter's fiance. Weirdly, it doesn't say that there though. And the solicitor. And then an actress. A famous actress who is deaf. Or at least vaguely.
No point trying again. This line is down somewhere. We must investigate this incident ourselves.
Yes. So we are a giraffe. With a hat.
No point trying again. This line is down somewhere. We must investigate this incident ourselves.
Basically Sherlock Holmes, and Watson is a hippopotamus. So at the moment we have a paraffin lamp, an empty envelope, a kitchen knife, and a map.
Gone.
Ugh.
Gone. So yeah. I'm feeling kind of quiet, so if I need to turn me up and the game down, do let me know.
A bust of the great composer, Beethoven.
Not just a great composer, but an excellent at tricks too, you know. I hear he was an expert at rolling over.
A bust of the great Caesar. Gilfrey was most interested in ancient history.
Good grief, look at his eyes. They look even more soulless than the real thing.
What is it with you and primates, Frumple?
Yeah, he's very xenophobic. The axolotl is the deaded, yes. Yes, we just evicted him into a bathtub. We will go and see him in a minute, but for now we're going to just have a look around all the other rooms just to reacquaint ourselves.
Greetings, madam.
I say, what? I say, speak up! Oh, you young people do mumble so.
How are you doing, Dan?
I
And
said-
also, hi, Milo.
No, it's no good. I can't hear you. I can't talk to you if you're not going to speak clearly.
Daft old
to
birch in his ear
enunciate.
syringing, if you ask me.
Farewell, Dame Celia.
What did you say?
It's a really, really grumpy...
Dame Celia's haberdashery
hippopotamus.
bag. Knitting, sewing, wool, threads and such like.
Yeah, so the axolotl uses
This
the tubes
tube
to
is
get
part of
around.
the network of pipes Gilfrey used to get around the house. Being amphibious, he preferred to stay in these as much as possible.
Ingenious system, mind you.
But yeah, we found lots of salt in the cellar, so I have a feeling that that's what
I believe
killed it.
these are used to see into the future. Rather a pity they can't see into the past, so we could find out what happened to Gilfrey.
No, old boy, that's...
Oh, then we probably...
Well, I mean, if the medium can summon a ghost.
Madam? Thank you for your time, madam.
Oh, maid's in the kitchen now. Oh, can't see.
Thank you, Miss Clutterbutt.
So, last time we melted some butter. Now we've made an empty greasy pan. We also went into the cellar and turned off the water thing, but look at all the salt. I wonder if
suppose
salt
they must
water
keep a few cooking
kills
supplies down here
axolotls.
too.
foolish,
It definitely
if you ask
dissolved
me.
a slug.
It'll get all damp in this place.
There, we turned off the pump.
We should find out what the commotion coming from the drawing room.
Ah, right. I'm going to go with it's probably the fact that the slug died. Oh, where'd our salty sea dog go? Also, the little baby axolotl toy, which is cute. We should probably go find out what happened in the drawing room.
Somebody please come quickly!
It's Miss Gilfrey again. Hurry, Frumple.
Oh, Lord Winklebottom, Dr. Frumple, thank goodness you're here. I just came back this morning and I discovered this horrific mess.
What a disgusting sight. What on earth is it?
I do believe it's Mr. Pumphrey, the gardener.
Whatever could have happened to him?
Poor chap looks something doused in salt water. Deadly to certain invertebrates, you know.
Salt water? Why would salt water be running through the pipes in here?
I need some fresh air. You'll find me outside if you need me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at this!
Ah, Miss Price! You gave me quite the start. I didn't notice you coming in.
Story of my life. This is fascinating, though. I'd heard this could happen to slugs, but I've never witnessed it before. Oh, I would like to study it.
Bit grim.
Tell us a bit about your work.
It's hard to know where to begin, really. It was very varied. Archaeology, historical research, even paleontology. Gilfrey had found a lot of
3
very
weeks,
interesting
that's right.
artifacts over the years.
And you were cataloguing them all?
I wasn't just his secretary, if that's what you were
Explorer.
implying. I studied them, made notes, performed tests to determine age and so on. We were doing solid research.
Had you made any significant discoveries recently? Could that be what Gilfrey was planning to announce?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing that would be of interest to the general public.
Could we perhaps take a look at your notes to see if there's anything that stands out?
I'm afraid not. Mr. Gilfrey took them and I don't know where he put them. I'd be very grateful to have them back if you happen to find them.
Thank you, Miss Price. Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around with that water system, do you?
Oh, I don't suppose so, no. On balance, I'm certain this was just a terrible but entirely unrelated accident. I don't really want to lug around an entire hosepipe if I don't have a reason to.
Can we slice it with a knife? So we can drag
This
around
seems
a piece of a
unlikely
hose
to be
pipe?
effective.
Okay, so we need to find out why we would need a hose pipe then.
I really am awfully embarrassed about this, you know.
He ate the tasty plant in front of the gardener, but the gardener said he ate an entire vegetable garden, so, you know, really, in the grand scheme of things. So we stole the spiky thing then. Oh, I wonder where the... Oh yes, there's this one puzzle box that we don't know how to solve yet. But I don't know when we need to solve it. And where's the fiance?
Well, goodbye for...
God be with you.
So there's something, I think, to do. You press down the continents, so I'm guessing if we find the research...
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have all the information we need to crack this puzzle.
So... Yeah. Right, so if we go outside... It stopped raining.
Well, the rain appears to have cleared up at least. This will make exploring the rest of the island rather easier.
Yes, wouldn't have wanted to go out in that storm. My tea would have been watered down something
We've been
rotten.
carrying around that tea since the very beginning. It survived the thingy. It's really weird. And it survived the boat trip.
Have you finished sorting through Guilfrey's paperwork? Did you find everything you needed?
Well, not everything. There were some papers missing.
I think so.
If you
It's
find any of his documents or such like, do let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Spode.
It's a very polite sea monster. Ah.
The grave of a Julia Zizou. A chap named Wilfred Pex is apparently buried here. Tarquin Bernard Flopsy III, 1865 to 1908, survived by his loving wife, 38 daughters and 42 sons. May he rest in peace.
That's a lot of children.
Percival Flabernacle, 1808 to 1905. May Blob be with him. How curious.
He seemed to have been a blob.
This appears to be the grave of one Brutus Nibbler. For those we've lost, there are a number of names here. Here's one, Bleaky Outlook. For those we've lost, there are a number of names here. Here's one, Linda Lee Peck.
I wonder if that's a way of doing, like, back names. Assuming it was backed. We can go in the crypt. Let's talk to Constance and...
Perhaps we could discuss your family. What can you tell us about your mother?
Mother and I were great pals, Lord Winklebottom. We had such laughs, often at Father's expense. The house was so full of joy before.
I was so very sorry to hear of Ethelberta's death.
How's
The house
everybody
wasn't
doing
the same
anyway?
after that. I had to get away, you understand? I just couldn't bear it. But now I've returned, and Father is...
Dreadful business. Just dreadful.
Had you seen your father recently?
No, not for some time. I was so looking forward to seeing him again, introducing him to Winslet. But alas...
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey. Tell us more about this business with your family.
Not much to tell. I wanted to get a decent job and they didn't approve. Just wanted me to swan around the
I
estate all
understand that,
day.
Dan.
Not
I
my
had pizza
style,
if
old
that
thing.
helps.
I mean, I like to enjoy myself as much as the next chap, but one has to try to make a difference, don't you think?
Wish I didn't have to have a job. My life would be much easier without all the bloody sick people badgering me all day.
So they disowned you. Seems a trifle harsh.
Well, quite, old thing. Families, eh, Winklebottom? More belly trouble than they're worth. We'd be better off without them. Oh, sorry, Constance.
Thank you, sir. Ethelberta's grave. You can tell how much you revered her.
Don't much fancy being buried myself. Shoved into a tiny wooden box in the cold and darkness. No, I had enough of that getting over here, thank you very much.
These vines are tough. We shan't remove them by hoof or even tooth or claw.
Not even your gnashes would get through those, eh?
I'm not fond of them in any case. Too bitter for my palate.
I'm glad you woke up rested. It's always good.
This trusty knife will surely slice through these vexatious vines.
I say, Winklebottom, just imagine if we hadn't found that knife. Worth its weight in gold, that thing.
Also, now we nicely cleaned up that. Gary Gilfrey, Dinky Little, Percy Tinkle, Gideon Gilfrey, Alberta Gilfrey, Wilfred Gilfrey, Eustache, Gwendolyn, Bertram Flumps, Gertrude Gilfrey, and I can't see underneath the thing. Yes, let's go
We
into
seem
the
to have
deeper
got turned
forest.
around somehow.
Do we have a map?
I'm really not sure what the plan is. We seem to have got turned around somehow. This forest is utterly baffling.
Okay, so I think we probably.
I'm not sure this is...
Not sure this is the right way. Oh no. Now I'm stuck in a
Thank
forest.
goodness for that. This way leads out of the forest.
Oh, good. Because yeah, that would have been embarrassing. So there's a lighthouse and a forest. Ah,
Look, Frumple, it's Mr. Walters.
Let me be. I'm not sticking around this place for a minute longer.
Can we just let him leave like this?
Who's going to stop me? You soft-bellied landlubbers?
It's okay, Frumple. Walters clearly wasn't here when Gilfrey was killed. We can let him leave.
Drunkard barely got us here in one piece, probably drowned before he reaches the mainland. Still, it's his own funeral, I suppose.
I'll have you know that I be as sober as a judge. After what I saw last night, I'm giving up drink for
thank you
life.
for the
Well,
resub
goodbye then,
level.
Mr. Walters,
Much
and good luck.
appreciated. Okay, so he's gone home. It's fine. We're just stuck on the island. It's okay. Okay. Go back to the manor. I might as well go and do an autopsy, I guess. We did the downstairs rooms, so right corridor.
From what I recall, this door leads to the attic. Sadly, it appears to be...
Oh, why do people...
I rather imagine Gilfrey...
Well, yes.
So we need to get up to the attic at some point. Yes, we did. We used the axe for that, didn't we?
This is the most upsetting...
I'm not sure it's quite...
Yeah, we found a grocery list instead of something interesting.
I've already got one of them.
Yes, we have empty envelopes. I don't know why.
I think I'll leave these be.
I mean, you've done nothing but walk around picking up things that don't belong to you since we left home this morning, but have to draw the line somewhere, what?
The whole point of a point and click game.
Looks like our dear friend Inspector Culver has solved another case. It seems this was an international case. He was aided by a foreign chap named Inspector Waffles.
I'd rather go for a waffle right now.
Is there any time you couldn't?
Yeah, because there's like a globe and some coins, but we can't inspect them.
This must be a baby photo.
I don't think we're necessarily going to get anything more in here. Because we did do a rather good inspection. So, let's go and do an autopsy if we can.
This might prove useful.
Absolutely not.
Yes, Inspector Waffles is an achievement for Inspector Waffles. Read all about Inspector Waffles. Yes, from the Inspector Waffles game that we played previously.
Poor Gilfrey. How sad he should end up like this. I suppose we should search the body for clues.
Looks like there's something in his pocket. We should probably take a look. I'll need to perform an autopsy as soon as possible, too.
Let's try to do this as quickly as we can. I don't like to think of him just lying here in the bathtub like this.
You know, this sort of reminds me of that case we had in Yorkshire a few years back. Remember that? Hogfellow was murdered by being pushed down a hill in a bathtub. Last of the summer swine, the press called it.
Shall we get on, Frumple? Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Trouble is I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least I'll need a knife, some needle and thread, and some kind of apron to protect myself. Have to ask around, I suppose.
I mean, we have vines and a kitchen knife. Oh, pockets.
We should check his pockets. Frumple, will you do the honours?
Only thing he has on him is a key by the looks of it. Nothing else here.
Maybe we can finally get into the attic. Excellent. And like new bits to explore.
Well, we have a key and we have a locked door. It would be most remiss of us not to at least attempt to use one with the other.
Well, go on then. Stop wittering on and just try it.
Oh, very well. Look, Frumple, somebody seems to have dropped a book.
That's
Anything
a
good?
bubble.
I like that one where animals from space came down in weird two-legged walking machines, then caught rabies and died. Very exciting.
No, actually, it appears to be a prayer book. We should return it to its rightful owner. Strange that it would be here.
The priest is suspicious. Priest is suspicious.
No luck, I'm afraid. The door appears to be jammed shut.
I swear I can hear movement inside, though. I say, you in there. I insist you open this door at once. Well, I'm out of ideas. We need to force it open somehow.
Sorry.
This seems unlikely to be effective. I have reservations about doing this. I'm really not sure what the plan is here.
Set it on fire, obviously. Okay, so we got part way, and then the stupid door is stuck. So,
Sorry about the tie, old thing. This tube is part of the nebula.
Ingenious.
You know, Frumple, I'm inclined not to touch this again.
Certainly not for that poor gardener, no.
okay, so
A map of the island. Miss Clutterbuck, I wonder if you might be able to lend us your apron for a short time.
I think not, my lord. I'd be lost without it. Give me a minute and I'll get you one of my spares, though. There you are, my lord. You can keep this one. It never did me any good in any case.
Oh my. Here,
That was an
Frumple, you
odd
can
thing
keep
to
hold of
say.
this. Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck. Dame Celia's haberdashery.
Go on then, pinch a needle and thread while she's not looking.
Dr. Reginald Frumple, I'm appalled. We must ask her if we wish to borrow her belongings.
Like you asked when you made off with that dead chap's tie, you mean?
we can certainly try.
Dame Celia, we should like to borrow your sewing kit.
Don't mumble so, darling.
Can we steal it
Farewell,
now?
Dame Celia.
What did you say?
Dame Celia's haberdashery bag.
Go on then, Pinchin.
Dr. Reginald Frumple.
Like you asked when you...
Okay.
Madam? Thank you for your...
Don't know how I'm supposed to ask if, you know. I've got a very fancy watch.
I wonder, is this prayer book yours, perhaps?
Oh, goodness, yes. I've been looking for that all morning. Wherever did you find it?
Rather curiously, we found it behind a locked door leading up to the attic.
Oh, my. Well, that is most strange.
There's a locked door with
I
some
really
dead
can't
man's
account
thing.
for that at all. Most strange indeed.
Nonetheless, I'm glad I was able to return it to you.
It's not dodgy at all.
Well, goodbye for now.
God be with you.
Now, let us have a...
Oh, just some
Not inherently.
best way in my...
One would hope that you... Thank you, Miss Pratt. This looks like a child's doll.
Bit of an old thing.
Ugh, this bed is...
Looks like some kind of
Dame Celia.
Don't
Farewell, then.
What did you say?
No. I have reservation. A roaring hot fire. Poor Mr. Pump.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around with that water system, do you?
Oh, I don't suppose so. No. On balance, I'm certain this was just a terrible but entirely unrelated accident. An award for Amphibian of the Year. A sporting trophy won by Guilford.
Won a few sporting trophies myself in my youth, you know.
Various works of fiction. These are most likely...
Oh, Shakespeare. The masters made us read it.
A collection of books. Nothing of any great interest right now. Ah, look at him here. The pride of the Admiralty. They say he had the sea running through his veins.
Oops. Well, maybe there's something I missed in the outside. Ooh, beach.
Good grief, Frumple. Who on earth is this poor unfortunate?
Oh, as I live and breathe. It is.
That's
It's
Culver.
Lord Winklebottom. Oh, am I glad to
paper.
see you, sir.
Inspector Culver. What on earth happened to you?
We got your call, Winklebottom. So I got here as quick as I could. I've come to help, sir.
You don't look like you're in any state to do that right now. How on earth did you get here?
It wasn't easy, sir. Couldn't get a boat. Only a madman would try to sail through that storm.
Well, quite. Hold on a minute. You don't mean...
That's right, sir. I flew here, all the way from Special Branch. Now, you don't mind, sirs. I'm starting to feel a bit...
Poor old bird has passed out. Come on, Frumple, let's get him back to the mansion to rest. Right, well, we got him settled down. We should go back and check on him later.
Will do. Okay. What else is along the beach? Okay, we've got some driftwood.
Some driftwood is floating out on the sea. This might be useful if I could reach it.
Honestly, the one thing you should be good at is reaching things at a distance.
I'm not far off, but I need a bit more reach. Some kind of long pole would do the trick if it had something on the end to hook in the wood. If only I hadn't lost that boat hook earlier.
Well, we've got the axe. It wouldn't let us pick it up. Let's look in the cave first. Oh my god, there's a submarine.
Some old barrels. They seem to be sealed shut, though there's what looks like gunpowder around the bottom of them. Too damp to use, I'd wager. Maybe the stuff inside would be dry.
Even made the voices echo like it was in a cave. That's interesting.
I can't open these by hoof. I'll need a tool of some kind.
We need a crowbar. I mean, that's what I think.
Good Lord, Frumple, look at this. It's Gilfrey's submarine vessel. He used this for his expeditions, made some fantastic voyages of discovery.
Too lazy to swim, I suppose.
I rather think he's built for streams and rivers rather than whole oceans, to be fair.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose that's a reasonable excuse.
Plus, salt water seems to be quite damaging.
I should very much like to see the inside of that craft, however the water is far too deep to wade over. Frumple, perhaps you could...
No bloody chance. I'd get water in me tea.
Okay.
You know, I feel like this axe might come in useful again. I suppose there's no harm in taking it out now.
Wait, just let me move out of the way first. I don't want to be anywhere near this lash up after the last time you touched it.
See? Perfectly safe. I think.
Were we supposed to pick up the apron in the kitchen? No, I think it automatically just kept us. Okay, so now we pick up the driftwood. Very polite sea monster and octopi with their hats on.
This might do the job. Yes, I can pull the driftwood in towards the shore.
And you almost did it without dropping that antique axe into the drink too. Almost.
Ah. I dropped the axe again, evidently. Can we make a raft?
Now I can bind this driftwood together with the vines. Yes, that makes a most satisfactory plank.
And can we use the plank to get to the submarine?
This driftwood plank will make an ideal makeshift bridge over to the ship. There, perfect.
I like how it had...
yes, this will definitely hold the combined weight of a giraffe and a hippo. Absolutely no danger here.
Have a little faith, my friend.
I like how the sound changes depending on where they are. I think that's really cool.
How marvellous! A pipe organ inside a submarine. Gilfrey was quite the polymath. Frumple, you play the piano. Would you like to give this a try?
Well, I'm sure I could play it, but I'm not really in the mood at the moment.
Notes about the times the vessel has been taken out. Nothing particularly recent as far as I can tell. Times, dates, coordinates, that sort of thing.
All a load of bloody gibberish to me. Oh, I say, the last page has a note written on it.
My dearest Ethelberta, a reminder that should you need to open the safe in my absence, you have only to play our tune.
Fellow has a safe then. Best look into that. Always some good clues in safes. Quite a lot of good that note does us though. How do we know what their tune was? Fella could have been a bit more
We
explicit.
can go and
I
ask the
rather
daughter.
suspect that was the point. Anyway, we don't know, but somebody else might. We'll need to find out where this safe is too. Maybe one of the staff would be able to help there. Look, Frumple, there's a book of music on the organ. Perhaps you could play one of these.
No, I don't think so. Don't really care for any of them.
You've not even looked.
Well, even so. Maybe if you have a particular request, I could treat you to a performance. I say, I wonder where this goes.
I suspect it leads down to the engine. Probably just machinery and such like down there. In any case, there's a red rope blocking our path. We really mustn't cross it.
Oh no, quite so. Unconscionable. Unthinkable.
Probably for the best, truth be told. Our record when it comes to operating machinery we don't fully understand is not entirely spotless.
That is true.
I suppose they kept this round in case it was needed to unstick a valve or something.
Could have done with that earlier.
Well, we have it now, that's the main thing. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to hold my breath for long periods of time. If I'm going out there, I'll need a way to breathe.
Oh, well, there's a whole, like, wetsuity thing.
It's a bit murky down here, though I rather fancy I can see something or someone moving out there.
I suppose some aquatic fellow might be living down here. Doesn't appeal to me. How would you ever make a cup of tea underwater?
Let me have a closer look. I say, Frumple, old thing, there looks to be a chap in a spot of bother out here.
Oh, it's the guy from the map. Maybe we can borrow
Let's
the
give
old
this a go then.
Wait, this might be dangerous. Let me stand back first, then you can do it.
Thank you for your concern, my friend.
Well, look at that, it's full of gunpowder.
You know, I'm not actually that inclined to just shovel a hooful of gunpowder directly into my pocket.
Okay, well, can we get an envelope full of gunpowder?
I'm going to take a small quantity of gunpowder in this envelope.
Blimey, I'm going to keep my distance for a bit. Don't want to get myself
I'm
all
gonna go
blown
blow
up
up the
if you drop
door.
the stuff.
Because that's what I would do. Okay. This is a nice little game. Just about the right level of brain for me today.
Maybe this will help get a better view under that lake.
You can't just stick it on your head though, you know? You'll need to make a seal
Yeah.
somehow.
Yes, and figure out a way to breathe.
Is it even going to fit over that whacking great conch of yours?
Better than yours.
I don't really think this diving suit would fit me. No, I don't think this is right.
Really? Oh, that was going to be so much fun.
A little elbow grease is all that's needed for this, I think.
Giraffes don't have elbows, do they?
Very nice.
Well, either way, this seems to be doing the job.
Excellent.
Hello? Is anybody in here?
Ooh, there's duct
I'm sure I
tape.
heard movement. I say, come out and show yourself, you bounder.
I can't
gonna
see.
get you two.
No. Wait, over there. There's somebody heading towards us.
Oh, it's the
Very,
sloth butler.
Very slowly. Greetings. I am Lord Winklebottom, and this is my associate, Dr. Frumple. You, I take it, are Ambrose, the butler.
Oh, thank heavens you found me, my lord. I've been trapped up here all night.
What the blazes happened to you, old thing?
Oh, some ne'er-do-well shut me in after I disturbed them snooping around up here.
Tell us, who was it?
I do apologise, my lord, but I'm not feeling too well after my ordeal. Would you be so kind as to let me rest a while before I talk about it?
Oh, not at all, old chap. We shall come and see you in the servants' quarters presently.
Very good, my lord. Thank you.
That's disappointing. I was hoping we'd find a criminal up here or something.
Maybe we have.
What, the butler did it? Rather unlikely, what?
Just once I'd like it to be the case, though.
I want the duct tape.
Some tape used for sealing up boxes and such like. I'll use the tape when I connect something else to this. Now, what's under here, I wonder?
Oh, I say.
My word, what on earth is it? And what has you so uncharacteristically blithesome, my friend?
Don't you know what this is? It's one of those machines for showing, well, you know.
I honestly have no idea.
It
It
says
shows
what the butler
pictures,
saw.
photographs, you know, of animals. Animals who aren't wearing any,
Any what?
well, anything at all. They're completely undressed. Or so I'm told. I never thought I'd actually see one of these in person.
How absolutely ghastly.
Naked animals.
A machine that apparently shows photographs of animals in various states of undress.
Okay, close your eyes.
Doesn't seem to do anything. I think it needs a coin to operate
fair
it.
enough.
I'm sure we can find a coin or two around the place somewhere.
This trunk is full of various knickknacks, trinkets, old tools and so on. I can't take all of it. Maybe if there's something specific I needed.
I want all of it. We also got a dust sheet. Oh, we're gonna go steal the hose.
Seems that I might have a use for this after all. I can use this packing tape to attach the hosepipe to the helmet.
Excellent. Thank you for not making me figure.
I'd really rather not.
Okay, what order I need to do things. Okay, so we can now go back. For now, I'm just doing the bits that it unlocks, and if there's lots of back and forth that I don't need to do, then well, I'd rather that than get stuck because I forgot to click on a thing a few times. What happened last Thursday? Though I have to admit, I was falling asleep a little bit. And to be fair, that might happen again. So.
This seems unlikely to be effective. Well, I have a diving helmet and a way to get air into it, but unfortunately it won't fit over my face. I need a way to extend the front of it. Ideally, a way which will still allow me to see.
You didn't say that.
No, I don't think this is right. This seems unlikely to be effective.
Okay, what if we found that... Oh, we could probably talk to the butler. Okay, so we need to find some way of extending the helmet. Sort of jar.
I wonder if you could tell us where Gilfrey's safe is located.
Safe? Oh, no, my lord. The master doesn't have a safe.
But he must.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm afraid not. If he did, then he kept it a secret from me.
Well,
This is most disappointing, I must say. Thank you,
That's
Mr.
the crypt after. I'm going to go see if the butler's made it to the servants' quarters. Yes. And Culver.
Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you, Frumple?
Poor fellow is knackered. He'll be right as rain after a bit of rest, though. We should leave him be.
Tell me about how you got trapped in the attic.
Well, sure. It was like this. I was in the attic sorting through a few of the master's belongings. It's awful messy up there, so I've taken it upon myself to do a spot of spring cleaning.
Go on.
Well, sure, while I was tidying, somebody else came in and started rooting through the boxes. It's dark up there, so they didn't notice me at first.
Who was it?
Well, alas, that I can't tell you, sir. Much as they didn't see me, I couldn't see very much of them.
Most unfortunate.
Anyway, I must have made a sound because I startled them. I tried to give chase, but they ran out the door, slamming it shut. Must have done some damage because it got jammed.
The rotter locked the door at the bottom of the stairs too.
I suppose they must have thought old Ambrose here saw them and wanted to keep him out of the way, at least for a short while. But what were they looking for, I wonder?
Unless there are 2 keys. There could be 2 keys. Because Gilfrey had the key.
Ambrose, I regret to inform you that your master is deceased.
I know, sir. Ms. Clutterbuck was kind enough to break the news to me.
Do you have any idea who the rotter might be?
Alas, no, sir. My master was a kind soul. It's hard to imagine anybody wishing him harm.
We have reason to believe there may be a safe in the house somewhere.
No, my lord. Leastways, not as far as I'm aware. The master kept his paperwork in his study, but there's no safe in there.
Well, this is frustrating. I mean, just what is the point of a combination if we don't have the safe to go along with it?
We don't have the combination yet.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Wait, what's this?
I say, I didn't notice these before. They must have got disturbed with all the comings and goings in here.
Let me see. Huh. They're a load of hoof-written letters. Look like pretty soppy stuff to me. My dearest A, blah blah, secret love, blah blah, BC. Who's BC?
Well, we know a B at least. These letters seem a touch one-sided, and if they are from who I suspect, then it looks like they weren't ever actually given to A.
Okay, now I just have to do the... Okay, so A could be Aristotle or Ambrose. Or Archibald. There's a lot of A's. BC is Beryl. I'm guessing Beryl Clutterbuck likes Ambrose. Or Archibald, because they've got a little axolotl. We don't need to pick up the papers. Well, I suppose we could talk to Beryl about them.
This might be a touch awkward, but we discovered some letters under your bed.
Oh, my lord. You didn't read them, did you?
And how? So you're B then? And I take it old Aristotle Gilfrey was A.
Oh, my lord, I didn't mean anybody to see those letters. They're just a silly old goat's idle fantasy. The master was kind, but never showed me any interest.
And you wished him to?
More than anything, my lord. But it wasn't his way. He was still devoted to the mistress.
Motivation,
and
though.
nobody would have changed that. Especially not somebody like me, I suppose.
Thank you, Miss Clutter.
Vase.
Maybe I'll take this vase.
Why?
had
Want to
flowers
stick
on
your
it a
head
while
in it
ago.
again to get the last bit of stalk out of it?
A bit more packing tape and this helmet should now fit over my snout. Farewell then.
What did you say?
I'm really not sure what the... Madam? Thank you for your time. perhaps we could discuss your family. Do you happen to know if there's a particular tune or song your parents used to enjoy together?
Why, yes, there is, as a matter of fact. A song called Waddling in the Moonlight. Mother used to play it on the organ. I haven't thought about that for years.
Thank you, miss. We have reason to believe your father might have owned a safe.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I say, we've been over every blasted inch of that house and I've not seen one anywhere.
You wouldn't, Dr. Frumple. Father hid it. It's behind a painting in the drawing room. You won't get into it, though. Even I don't know how it opens. Father wouldn't go near it when others were in the room.
So how do you know about it?
One time, when I was just a duckling, I snuck into the room while he had the safe open. He didn't see me, thank goodness. I don't think even the staff know it's there. I can't imagine what he kept in it.
Thank you, Miss Gilfrey. Most interesting. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey. Thank you,
Trust
sir.
the cat. Don't know why. Let's go see if we can rescue the octopus.
Well, I've modified this helmet to be suitable for a giraffe, so it's time to head out. Frumple, you can close the airlock behind me, and I'll attach the hose to the vessel's air supply.
The hose
This
that's held
seems
in
very
place with
dangerous.
packing tape, that hose, not that it matters. That vase will probably drop off the front before the hose detaches.
I'm really starting to feel that you have no confidence in my abilities.
No, I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm just saying it's a good job I know the kiss of life, that's all.
Right, here we go then.
I hope you're going to take the pipe. Yes.
How do you do, good sir, and how are you this fine day?
Hello! None too clever, truth be told. Got myself stuck in this blasted wine. All tangled up down the old tentacles, don't you know?
I say, how absolutely ghastly for you. I'd say this submarine is really quite a splendid vessel, isn't it?
Well, not exactly my kettle of fish, you know. But I suppose for you land dwellers it's a useful contraption.
I say, do you want me to help detangle you from that stuff? Might be a bit tricky for me down here, mind.
Oh, that would be most splendid. Thank you kindly. I'll just pop up to the surface when we're down here, then.
Goodbye for now, old thing. I'll see you back topside, as they say.
Thanks, old boy. Much appreciated, I'm sure.
That was random.
Well then, Frumple, we know the tune you need to play.
Oh, very well, if you insist. Let's see now.
Good grief, a piece of paper shot out of the pipe when you played that last note.
Thought it sounded a bit off.
Maybe it's instructions through the
Let's
woods.
take a look at this. It says, where we met, where we got engaged, where we married, where Constance was born. I'm not sure this is a great deal of help, but it must
that'd
connect
be
to
the
this safe
combination.
somehow.
Oh, maybe it's something to do with the box.
I say, what is this wire stuff anyway?
Nobody really knows. You find it sometimes under the water. Not a blessed clue where it came from or what it's made from, but it's almost invisible. You don't know it's there until it's too late. I must be animal-made, but I can't imagine it's...
Well, farewell then. Just pulling at it is just making it tighter. I think this needs cutting off.
Knife. Let's threaten the octopus with the knife.
Let's have a look now. Oh, this will come off easily if I just cut it into a few pieces.
Careful you don't prod him too hard. I had an octopus for a patient once. Tried to give him a reflex test by hitting one of his tentacles with a hammer, and he squirted his filthy ink all over me.
I can hear you, you know.
Right,
Don't
that's done the trick.
mind him, he's xenophobic. You know, just please feel free to get whatchamacallit, water all over him if you want.
Hold on a minute, chaps. Want to have a chin wag before you push off?
I thought we had, but sure. You're free.
Well, you seem to be free now, old chap.
Thanks awfully. I'll be toddling off then. Blasted nuisance. I don't normally come this close to shore, but I was trying to keep away from a ship out at sea. Blasted thing nearly ran into me. Going like the clappers it was, trying to get through that storm.
How peculiar. Did you recognise the ship?
No, never seen it before. These waters are usually so quiet. They seemed very keen to get here, but I don't think they managed it there. The storm was too severe. They're still out there off the coast now, as if they're waiting for something.
All seems a bit odd to me. What on earth would anyone want with this desolate little place?
Well, farewell then.
Goodbye,
Good
old
thought,
chap.
Plickens.
Thanks. Oh,
Perhaps we could discuss your family. Do you know much about how your parents met or where they were married?
Not a great deal, I'm afraid. I know they met on one of my father's expeditions in Africa, but not much beyond that.
What about their wedding or your own birth?
I can't help you, Lord Winklebottom. They moved around so much, you see, and had so many stories. You know, I'm not even sure where I was born. Is that strange?
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey. Ethelbert is great.
Don't much fancy being buried.
Go free. Other people would know things. Let's see if you know something before we move away. No,
Thank you, sir.
a lawyer might know some stuff. No.
Thank you, Mr.
The hard of hearing lady supposedly knows the thing, but still trying to figure out. Hi, Lady Marguerite.
Farewell, Dame C.
What did you say?
How you doing, honeybee?
Madam,
I don't know why I said that, but you know, that was it.
you knew Ethelberta quite well, I believe.
Oh, yes. She was a dear, dear friend to me.
I wonder, do you know anything about the circumstances of their matrimony?
Alas, I was unable to attend their wedding as I was on a 2-year-long spiritual retreat. I left
Unusual
shortly after their
findings.
engagement. I'm not even sure where they wed in the end. They travelled the globe together, so could have been anywhere.
We're in
Do you
Act
know where
2.
they were when they got engaged?
Oh, indeed I do. It was on one of their expeditions somewhere in South America. She was so excited. Such a sad end. If I take one comfort from all
How are
this,
you doing?
it's that at least they are together again, and on a very great new adventure.
Okay, so we've got 2 answers now.
Thank you for your time, madam.
Yes, it was her that knew, not the lady. I want to borrow your sewing
Dame
needle.
Sigurd's haberdashery.
Go on then.
Dr. Reginald from...
Like you asked when you...
Probably something else we can steal. There's a needle, but hey. I don't trust him.
Well, goodbye for now.
God be with you.
Ah, look at this. It's Gilfrey and Ethelbert on their wedding day. A splendid time was had.
Yes, terrible.
I wonder if it says on the back where it was taken.
We may be able to make use of this wedding photograph.
Careful, old thing. You're getting nearly as bad as that pilfering pelican.
There is apparently a safe behind this painting, but I can't see any way to get to it. The painting is fastened solidly to the wall.
Gotta be some way to get it open somewhere around here.
A collection of gramophone records.
Oh look, they have Sounds of the Sea featuring Periwinkle, Flange and the Crustaceans. I love their music.
I think I'll stick to the classics.
Did you play this one?
Had you made any
No, no,
Could we perhaps take...
I'm afraid not.
Thank you, Miss Price. A photograph of Gilfrey. I'm really not sure what the plan is here. A cactus, covered in dozens of needles.
I'm keeping well away. Got a dreadful phobia of needles, don't you know?
Doesn't that rather interfere with your work as a doctor?
Not at all. I just close my eyes when I use them, that's all.
Okay, so we don't get to steal the needle. Okay. Oh, is there a demo or something? Did you play a demo and then got stuck in a loop?
Somehow, I think he looks sad that he no longer has his axe.
You soppy great idiot.
Oh, a PR. Sorry, I thought you meant a code in the game. That's where my brain went. I'm trying to get a code for the safe right now. Yeah, I just bought it because I have impulse control. And it seems really hard to get PR games these days.
Thank you, Miss...
Or it seems harder. But that's fine. You know, I don't mind. I've been streaming a lot less, so you know, it makes sense.
Thank you, Am. Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you, Frumple?
Poor fellow is knackered. He'll be right as...
Ah, fair enough.
This is a portrait of Gilfrey's prodigy. It was a terrible...
I say.
No, she flew to...
Oh,
Yeah, super frustrating indeed.
Another fine piece... He doesn't have any... Right then, I suppose...
trouble is I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least,
I have reservation. I'd really rather... A photograph of Gilfrey. This trunk is full of various knickknacks. Without a coin, we...
Oh, coin. Someone stole all the coins.
Nothing under the case. Looks like they've been taken.
damn cheek of somebody getting hold of them before you did.
If you'd only been taking them in the first thing.
I say, weren't there some old coins here before?
I'll say they were. Some ruddy bounder has made off with the lot.
Maybe someone else found the...
Looks like I did.
I'd rather go for a...
Is there any time? Maybe this might help with finding the information we need. I wonder if I can find any information.
What does this...
Apparently that's...
Maybe we could use it.
Photographs from some of...
Chaps...
A photograph from one of...
Chap suddenly got around a bit, didn't he?
I've already got one of these.
I wonder who took the... coins.
This seems unlikely. This painting is called Adventure Awaits, apparently.
Purse.
No, I don't think... Where we met, where we got engaged, where we married, where Constance was born.
So, Africa, South America. And we've got pictures.
Well, goodbye.
God be with
I have reservations. I say, look at this old boy. It's Gilfrey and I during our school days.
Not for me.
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we... Various works of fiction.
Ugh, sharks.
A collection of books, nothing... I'd really rather... I have res... No, I don't think... I'd really rather...
Rather a collection of things.
I have res... Thank you. This seems unlikely. Perhaps we could... Thank you, miss. Farewell, miss.
Not sure how I would determine.
I can't remove this trumpet, it's held in place with a small screw.
Tiny screwdriver. Okay. Well, I wonder if the trunk in the attic has a tiny screwdriver.
This trunk is full of various knickknacks, trinkets, old tools and so on.
There's a small screwdriver! We've almost run out of space. How do I get back down? There we go. Ow. Keep forgetting to moisturize my hands. They are falling apart today.
This screwdriver fits perfectly. Ah, yes, here we are.
Looks like you've come up trumps, eh?
Well, goodbye for now.
God be with you, my...
Perhaps this trumpet would help with your hearing.
How dare you call me a strumpet? I've never been so offended in all my days.
No, madam, I said trumpet.
Now you're just mumbling, you young reprobate. Look, why don't you give me that trumpet you're holding so I can hear you better?
I have reason to believe you might have accidentally placed a quantity of coins into your bill.
Oh my word! However did these get here? Well, perhaps you should take them, darling, and let us not make any further mention of it.
Ugh, they're all wet. Here, Frumple, you're more used to bodily fluids than I. You keep these, and I'll just take the one we need.
Oh, charming.
I wonder if you might borrow your sewing kit.
Well, I suppose so. Just as long as you return it. Take what you need from my bag.
Don't think the old bird will want it back after I've been using it to serve the body.
It seems to me, Dame, that you're making something of a habit of purloining items that don't belong to you.
And you're a damn thief.
Oh, darling, it's true, it's true. I just can't help myself. So many pretty, shiny things. They'd be happier with me, don't you think? I'm doing it for them.
I see. It's really not acceptable behaviour, though.
Everybody's allowed one dirty little habit, aren't they, darlings? It's such a little thing, really. They made such a fuss about it.
They?
The theatre owners said I'd ruined the play. It was the Meerkats of Venice. Well, how was I to know they needed all
I was
three of
drawing a
those
bear
silly
with a pride
boxes?
flag.
I left them one, but the others were so sparkly. I just had to have them, darlings. I had to.
You mean you stole props in the middle of the play? I take it they fired you.
Yes, darling. They replaced me. Replaced me! And it was all hush-hush, of course, but I didn't work in theatre again. These days I'm lucky to get booked for a cabaret night at the Darby and Joan Club.
Most distressing, I'm sure.
To think my career would meet such an ignoble end. Oh, darlings, you should have seen me in my prime. I did all the greats. Shakespeare, the primates of Penzance, Waiting for Doggo. Oh, I was marvellous, darlings. Simply marvellous.
Farewell, Dame Dame Seeley's haberdashery bag. Knitting, sewing... If I turn the hands, I can make the clock chime. No, sorry.
Waiting for Doggo. Exactly. It's funny.
I'll just pop this in here and...
It's working. It's working. Let me see, dash it all. I say, there's a nude fellow in a bath. You know, he looks somewhat familiar.
How
Well...
naughty.
Well, I'll be jiggered.
I think perhaps we should endeavour to never watch that again. Ever.
Yes, quite so, old thing. Quite so.
He doesn't have it. Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this.
Let me take the needle and thread and I'll get on with it. Right, I'll just get ready.
Kiss the cook.
I'm not really sure about this apron. Oh well, here we go then.
Squish,
Is that it?
squelch.
Yes, all done. He was murdered, all right. Saltwater poisoning. Somebody must have tainted the water in his pipe network.
And salt water would kill him.
Yes, he's a freshwater animal. Couldn't survive in salt.
Can you estimate the time of death?
Poor chap probably only died shortly before the maid found him, but the salt could have been put into the system hours earlier. There's no way to know when the killer struck.
So we know how he was killed, but not when. That makes it hard to nail down a suspect. If it could have been done at any time, anybody could have done it. Blast!
Time for a bit of detective work then. Talk to suspects, fill up the old notebook, what?
Indeed, there's a villain on this island, and it's up to us to bring him, or her, to justice. Come, Frumple, the game is a hoof.
It's not brain surgery.
I think we've learned all we can from the poor chap.
Okie dokes, right. Trapped. Unlikely to be suspect. Alarming past. Secretly loved girlfriend. Left island. Guilford took her notes. Killed by salt. Couldn't have used it for murder. Better world. Strange. Possible calyptomy.
I'm really not... Ah, Reverend, there's something rather delicate I wish to discuss with you. Quiet, Frumple.
What is it, my son?
Well, that is to say...
You're in a dirty movie.
Ah, bugger. I just knew it had come out at some point.
You don't deny it.
Would that I could, but no. I feared Gilfrey had discovered my secret. I suppose that's why we're all here, so he can reveal the terrible truth to the world.
Surely not. Gilfrey wouldn't do something like that.
And why shouldn't he? Maybe he felt that it was the right thing to do, or maybe he was going to ask for money to keep my secret. In any event, perhaps I should be punished for my sordid past. I needed the money, you see. I was young and foolish.
The old church roof again. Couldn't you run a tombola or something?
I hadn't taken up the cloth then, you understand. In fact, in many regards, this is my way of atoning for that sin.
Well, don't worry, Reverend. Your secret is safe with us.
Oh, is it? That's a shame. It's a blasted funny story.
Reverend, could we talk about the incident? What can you tell us about the incident last night?
Alas, not a jot. I arrived here and went to my room for some peace and quiet before the big event. By the time I came down, poor Gilfrey had already passed.
You saw nothing unusual.
I wish I could help you, but no, I'm afraid I did not.
Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my son.
If we could talk about the incident for a moment. What can you tell us about Gilfrey's death?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I wasn't in the mansion at the time. I live elsewhere on the island. I prefer the solitude. It allows me to focus on my work.
How was your relationship with Gilfrey?
I was very grateful to him for offering me work. Many people aren't quite so open-minded, you know.
You don't know of anybody who would wish him harm.
Not at all. He wasn't exactly outgoing, at least in the time I knew him.
But you got along with him well.
As well as could be expected. Like most people, he underestimated me. I'm capable of far more than the work he allowed me to do, Mr. Winklebottom. But I'm used to being underappreciated.
Because you're, you know.
Indeed. Not the sort of work a woman is supposed to do, don't you know? I have to work twice as hard as the others for a quarter of the recognition.
Most frustrating, I'm sure.
And on top of that, I can't even get a lab coat my size with pockets in it. It's just infuriating.
Maybe she did it.
Thank you, Miss Price. Poor Mr.
I say, you don't think that...
Oh, I don't... No, I don't...
Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to go out into the hallway.
Turning to the incident, then. Are you aware of anybody who might have had a grudge against Gilfrey?
Well, my lord, Pumphrey seemed most vexed of late. Said he overheard the master discussing getting rid of somebody on the telephone. He thought it was him because of an incident in the vegetable garden, but I'm sure it wasn't. I can't think what he overheard.
Please tell us in detail what you know about the incident.
Well, my lord, as you know, I discovered the master dead a short while before you arrived. The other guests were here, and I'd been helping them to their rooms. I went to find the master, and there he was. Dead. Oh, it was horrible.
And you didn't see anything strange before that?
Well, at the time, I thought it odd that Ambrose wasn't helping with the guests. Oh, but I never dreamed he'd been locked up there in the attic all that time.
Miss Clutterbuck, it strikes me you might have had a somewhat uneasy relationship with the victim.
Oh no, sir. The master was very kind to me.
Not as kind as you'd have liked there.
I suppose I can't blame him. A person in his position couldn't be seen with somebody like me. It just wouldn't be proper.
Well, quite so.
I fancy I might have resented him for it a bit. Oh, my lord. If only things had been different.
Did you ever discuss this with him? Perhaps he might have felt the same way you did.
Oh, my lord. I just couldn't. Oh, the shame of it.
Thank you, Miss... Thank you, Am. Well, he seems dead to the world.
Poor fellow, isn't he?
Now, about the incident. What can you tell us about Gilfrey?
I don't know him at all. No idea why he invited me. Truth be told, when I saw that journalist, my blood ran cold.
Why?
A lady has secrets, darling. Things she might want to keep away from her adoring public. I was worried Gilfrey might have discovered something about me and was planning on sharing it with the world.
Oh,
Do you know anything about what happened?
Not a thing, darling. I hid away in here when I arrived. It gets so tiresome being in public, you know. So many questions, demands for autographs and all that.
Well, since you mention it, I have a piece of paper here. Maybe you could...
Rumpole, this is not the time. Farewell, Dame C. Madam? About the incident. How well did you know Gilfrey?
Aristotle, not well. I knew dear Ethelberta for many years, almost since I was a Creer. I remember she was so excited when Aristotle proposed to her. He always seemed such a kind soul.
Then you don't know why anyone would have done him in?
Gracious, no. Please find out what caused this terrible tragedy, Lord Winklebottom. I fear his soul will not rest until you do.
What do you know about the incident?
I have tried to speak to the spirits, but there is a veil over these events.
Ooh,
All is
hello.
cloudy to me.
A
Hi,
load of
Raiders.
rot.
Rumpel, do be polite.
Oh,
Thank you, Homer,
maybe
so
you're
much
right,
for the raid.
Doctor. Recently, I find myself
Really
wondering
appreciate
if
it.
my
What were you
powers are
playing?
real after
Oh, a parody
all.
game.
Perhaps it's all in my head.
You're doubting your abilities.
Was it
I
fun?
might not be the only one. Think about it. An animal of science brought me here. Maybe he didn't believe either. Maybe he planned to put me to the test. If he did, I don't know that I would have passed.
So yes, hi, welcome in Raiders. My name is Jo. We are playing Lord Winklebottom.
Thank you for your time, madam.
Investigates. We are trying to solve a murder of an axolotl. This dude. He was found dead in a pipe. He was murdered with salt. We're just getting everyone's motives. So you've talked to the Reginald and the reporter, the frog, and the daughter.
Reverend, could we talk about the incident? I wonder if we could discuss what you were doing last night.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Well, we found your prayer book on the stairs to the attic. The same attic where Ambrose disturbed someone and got himself shut in.
You can't think I would do such a thing. I'm an animal of God, Winklebottom.
It's a
I
dirty
would never.
movie.
And yet, we found something up there that was of great interest to you, as you know.
All right, I admit I was trying to find that wretched machine. I thought I could destroy it and save my good name, but I heard somebody coming up the hall stairs, so I darted out of there and hid in the study. I suppose I dropped my book then.
So you never actually went into the attic?
No, I swear I didn't. And I certainly didn't harm poor Aristotle.
Thank you, Reverend. That'll be all for now.
Shove the butler in the attic then. Interesting.
Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my son.
I'm not going to open these. It'll let a terrible draft. Perhaps we should discuss the incident. Do you have any idea who would want to kill poor Gilfrey?
Not a clue, old thing. Not a clue.
He had no legal problems, nothing that could suggest a motive?
Nothing that I knew about, and I would have known.
How about the old will?
Making me
There
so
was a big
smarmy.
kerfuffle about the will in cases like this, at least in my experience.
Nothing out of the ordinary. With his wife dead, just about everything goes to Constance.
Just about everything?
Oh, there was an amount set aside for the staff, to ensure they were well looked after. Not enough to kill for, though.
And what can you tell us about what happened to Gilfrey?
Hard to say, old thing. I mean, there was no shortage of folks coming and going, so it really could have been anybody. Quite the collection of characters, I think you'll agree.
You don't know anybody else here?
Not one of them. I've known Gilfrey for years, but not socially. I just dealt with his legal matters.
Thank you, Mr. Farewell, Miss. If we could discuss the incident last night. Do you know anything about the circumstances of Gilfrey's death?
Not a jot, old thing. I mean, any one of us could have done it, couldn't we? People coming and going for this big event. I say, it could even have
We
been
weren't
you
here when he died.
or Dr. F here.
How dare you, sir? I'm a doctor. I would never.
Steady on, old thing, he was just making a point. How well did you know Admiral Gilfrey?
Never met the fellow. I mean, Connie has talked about him, of course, but we never actually met.
So you don't know who might have wanted to kill him?
Not a clue, old thing. Isn't it usually a family thing? Inheritance and all that?
Alas, his only family is poor Miss Gilfrey. And you, once you're married, of course.
Right, yes, I suppose so. If he'd allowed the marriage, of course. I don't think the old boy approved of me, truth be told. Like my own family, I suppose. I say, you're not suggesting we had anything to do with this, are you?
I'm not suggesting anything at the moment, sir. Mr. Spode mentioned Constance's inheritance. It will be rather substantial, I believe.
Oh, rather. I mean, jolly rotten luck and all, but she'll be a rich woman now.
And you a rich man if you're to marry her.
I say, well, that's a fine thing, isn't it? Dashed rude of you, old thing. What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, just pointing out the facts.
Well, you can get that idea out of your head right away. The nerve of you. I mean, really, it's just too much.
He thinks he doth protest too much.
Thank you, sir.
And to inherit fortune. Great detective. Find motives for every character. We still need to figure out a way into the safe.
Hold on a moment, Frumple. Let's take stock. I'm rather afraid we're not getting anywhere with this investigation.
Does seem like a bit of a tricky one even for you. We have plenty of suspects, but little proof.
Quite. We seem to have got everything we can out of interrogating people. We're still no closer to knowing who did it. It's so infuriating.
Pity old Gilfrey didn't let you know in advance what his plans were. Might have given us a clue as to why someone was so intent on stopping him.
We just lost touch over the years. He was busy with research, me with my work, and now it's too late. I should have made more of an effort.
Steady on, old chap, you weren't to know. That's just how life is sometimes.
I just need to solve this case. Catch the fiend who murdered my friend.
I say, what if we could get the rotter to expose themselves somehow?
Yes, but how? Oh, but wait a moment. Yes, it could just work. Madame Lavinia, she's the key. If she could summon Gilfrey's spirit, he could name the murderer.
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, old thing, but, well, that's a load of old tosh, isn't it? There's no such thing as ghosts
Maybe
and
we could
spirits.
pretend.
Honestly, Winklebottom, you confound me at times.
Of course we know it's nonsense, but the killer may not. If we can make it look authentic, a seance might cause the killer to reveal himself. If he thinks old Gilfrey's about to finger him, he'd have to escape, or else own up before he was accused.
So all we have to do is fake a seance and wait for the killer to react? Genius. Or insanity. Honestly, I'm not sure which.
Perhaps both, my friend. Right, we should talk to our friendly medium about this.
Okay, I'm gonna save because that feels like it could be a bit of a disaster if I screw it up.
I'm not going to open these. It'll let it... Madam? Madam, we may have a need of your, talents to help us solve this case.
My talents? Whatever can you mean, Lord Winklebottom?
Witchcraft. Voodoo. Whatever it is you call it. You know, having a chinwag with fellows who have kicked the bucket.
You really must have a wonderful bedside manner, Frumple, but as my candid colleague suggests, we wish to have discourse with the deceased.
You mean a seance? Oh, I don't know. They are difficult to perform. I'm not sure that I have the strength or the ability come to that.
Please, madam, you must. This may be our only chance to catch the killer. And I think you might be surprised by just how effective you are.
Very well, but I can't promise you'll get the answers you seek. We will need the others here to join paws with us. Let me know when you are ready.
Just so we know, what exactly will happen in this little shindig?
I will ask for 3 signs. First, a chill in the air, which will indicate a presence. Next, a ringing bell, so we know the spirit is here. Finally, a burst of flame as the spirit shows its power, so we know the connection is strong.
And that's all?
No, then the spirit must show itself to us. It will appear in the room.
Blimey, how are we going to arrange all that?
Thank you for your time, madam. If I attach the wire to the hand, then run it around here, I can make the chime ring from a distance. Now I should be able to open this window from a distance. I'm really not sure what the... This will make quite a flash if it hits the fire. A large white...
Okay. Oh! I just clicked my shoulder neck. Something or other. I was trying to stretch. Ow, okay. Make a ghost.
I don't wish to ruin a perfectly good sheet, but needs must.
So, just in case I screwed up. Don't know, I'm assuming you get multiple attempts, but...
Well, madam, we are ready to start the seance.
Very well. You gather the others, and I'll prepare. Firstly, if the spirits are here, we should feel a chill in the room. Spirits, come to us now. Oh!
If I open this by hoof, everybody will...
Good, good. Spirits, if you are with us, chime a bell so that we may know. Oh.
Where's my envelope?
Good, good. Spirits, show us your power. Light up this room with flame.
Right, we filled an envelope with gunpowder and placed it above the fire.
You know, this really isn't how I pictured myself spending my days when I started medical school.
The spirits seem to have left us. We must try again another time.
I must have to attach a wire to it as well.
I'll attach a bit of wire to... That's all of the wire used up.
Ah, that's why I had wire left over. Right, let's try again.
Madam? Well, madam, we are ready to start the seance.
Very well. Firstly... Good. Spirit. Good. Spirits. Good. Good. Now, spirits.
Now, Frumble, it's your turn.
I mean, woo, I am a scary ghost, woo.
Frumple is lurking in the corner of the room. He doesn't approve of this sort of thing. In this light, you could almost mistake him for a lost soul.
Good. Good. It worked. The spirits are here. Tell us, spirit, do you have a message for us?
Oh, yes, I'll say.
And what is the message?
Well, I'm jolly cross about being killed and all that, and I'll tell you all who the blessed rotter is if they don't own up right this instant. And I'll probably haunt them for all time, too.
Does anybody in the circle wish to respond to the spirit?
Oh, go on. Oh, well, I suppose I'll be off then. Goodbye.
Oh well, I suppose we are finished here. It seems the spirits were unable to help us. Such a pity. I really felt like there was a presence manifesting this time.
Well, we did our best.
I was rather splendid, wasn't I?
As I say, we did our best. I must say I'm rather at a loss to know what to do now. If only the sounds had achieved something.
Nope. Happy medium.
Good grief, what the dickens is that?
Winklebottom, I don't like this. No, not one bit.
Steady on, old thing. It seems harmless. I wonder, could Madame Lavinia's seance have actually worked?
No, this is wrong, blasted. Unholy. I want no part of this.
I wonder, though, this is Ethelberta's grave. Could it possibly be? Greetings, madam?
No longer here. Just memories.
I shall be doing my best to wipe this horror from my own memory, that's for sure.
You, I take it, are a ghost? A spirit? Of Ethelberta?
I remember Winklebottom, but nothing more.
Seems like we might need to jog her memory if we're to get any sense from her.
I remember a flash, a child. Then I was blown here on the wind.
Typical. She missed out my bit.
Well then, madam, thank you for your time.
Not much time now. I remember her. Who else should I remember?
Well, we've got some pictures that might help.
Perhaps you remember this.
My dear Aristotle. How could I forget? We were wed in New York. How I missed him.
Perhaps you remember this?
Sweet Constance, how could I forget? Born in Paris, such happy days.
I do believe we now have the information we need to crack the code. By Jove, I think we've done it.
Oh my god.
Well,
that's a
well,
fucking
what do we
skull.
have here?
Maybe now we'll find out what was going to happen here.
Well then, let's see what we have here.
I say, that skull is a bit strange. Never seen anything quite like it. Close to a primate skull, but not any species I know.
There are papers in here too. This must be what Price was looking for. Let's take a look.
Well, what have you found?
I'm afraid that a lot of the technical mumbo-jumbo is rather beyond me, but it would appear that this skull is the key to it all. He discovered it on one of his expeditions and has done a lot of work analysing it.
And he was planning to announce this discovery to the world.
Apparently so, but I'm not clear on why he thought it so important. I think he wanted help with the announcement, or guidance maybe. Hence inviting religious and spiritual representatives, a journalist, a popular entertainer, all people who could help him get a message out.
And we're rather popular public figures too, of course. But look, Winklebottom, I'm sure this is all very interesting, but it doesn't help us with the question of who bumped off the poor chap.
You're quite right, as always, Frumple. I think perhaps we need to talk to all the suspects at once and solve this crime once and for all.
You don't mean...
Yes, Frumple, let's gather the suspects together in the drawing room.
Oh, I do enjoy this part.
I have no idea who did it.
As you all know, my good friend Admiral Gilfrey died last night. After investigating his death, myself and Dr. Frumple have determined that it was no accident. Somebody wanted Gilfrey silenced, and they wanted it so badly that they'd resorted to murder.
And what's more, that person is in the room with us right now.
Yes, I think that was rather implied, Frumple. Now, all of you were invited here by Gilfrey, and several of you had ideas why that was so. All of you were wrong. Now, to recap. Yesterday, guests started arriving here. At some point, we don't know when, somebody dumped a large quantity of salt into Gilfrey's water supply, an action that ultimately led to his death.
Rotten way to go.
Now, as well as killing Gilfrey, it seems the criminal was also looking for something. They were searching the attic when they were disturbed by Ambrose the butler. They ran and locked him in order to escape without anybody sounding the alarm. They escaped the house, briefly dropping the key to the cellar, which they'd also locked to hide their crime. Something must have gone wrong though, as we know that nobody is missing, so they presumably returned here after failing to escape the island.
Well, go on then. Who was it?
Well, Frumple, that's the interesting question. I'm afraid that right now I don't know the answer. But let us examine the facts and discuss the subjects one at a time. Reverend Peabody, we know that you went up to the attic at one point, and we also know what you have been looking for up there. You have a secret, and you were terrified Gilfrey would reveal it.
But you can't mean... I didn't.
No, I think not. So what about Beryl? You've worked for Gilfrey for years, but felt hurt that he didn't reciprocate the feelings you had for him. Perhaps you finally snapped and decided that if you couldn't have him, nobody could.
Oh, my lord! I never...
No? Well then, let's turn to Sir Winslet. You
People who
believe
were
that
looking for
Gilfrey didn't
papers.
approve of you.
The
In point of
scientist
fact,
and
you were
the
wrong
lawyer.
about that, and the reason you're here is that he valued you as a journalist and wanted you to help with his announcement.
Oh, I see.
Plus, of course, there's the matter of the inheritance. You are not a rich cat, but Constance is now a very wealthy lady. With the supposed impediment to your union out of the way, your money woes are over.
Now, come on, old thing, be serious.
Very well, let's move on. To Dame Celia. With the narcissism typical of members of the acting profession, you actually believe that Gilfrey invited everybody here to reveal your closely guarded secret. Is this enough of a reason for you to kill?
Will you stop going on about my bill, young man? There's nothing in it.
Stupid bat left the trumpet in the other room.
Well, no matter. We still have other suspects, such as Madame Lavinia.
Oh, no, you can't suspect me.
And why not? You believe, incorrectly as it turns out, that you are a fraud. Gilfrey, a rational chap, might want to expose this to the world. Maybe fearing this, you took matters into your own hooves.
But
I'm not finished yet. We still have Miss Price to consider.
Of course, you'd forget about me until the end.
You worked with Gilfrey, helped him with his research. Maybe you feared he would take all the credit for your work. After all, he took your notes and papers. Perhaps a lifetime of being underappreciated boiled over and you did away with him.
Perhaps. Is that what you really think, Mr. Winklebottom?
No, probably not. However, that is just about everybody, except for Mr. Spode here. I suppose there could be something we don't know about Gilfrey's legal matters that could give you a motive.
Could be, old boy, but there isn't.
No,
You only have
Spode
your
has been
word for it.
Gilfrey's solicitor for years. Hard to imagine him suddenly developing a sudden desire to murder him.
Are we sure it's Spode?
So what
I'm
now?
sure that is Spode.
Who did it?
Who's the killer? I'll tell you. Right now. The killer. The killer is... I don't know. Blast, I was rather hoping they might be gracious enough to expose themselves at this point.
Oh, bugger. So what now? More questioning?
Well,
Actually, sir, if you don't mind, I have a question for you.
Culver, glad to see you back in the land of the living. What is it?
Well, sir, I was just wondering why you keep referring to this fellow as Spode.
Because that's who he is, Spode of Spode and Flabbernacle Solicitors.
No, he isn't. Look, sir, I spend a lot of time in court giving evidence and what have you. I know Spode, both of them in fact, and this chap isn't him.
Huh?
Damn your
I was
eyes.
just saying.
Price, follow me now.
Good night, everyone.
Scientist
Damn
and
it,
the lawyer.
the lights are
Well,
out.
the
Somebody,
lawyer.
stop them.
People who were looking for the papers, they were suspect. So I sort of cracked it without realising. Ooh, Act 3. Okay. We'll see if we can finish this.
Quickly, Frumple, hurry, we mustn't lose track of them.
Easy for you to say with those whacking great stilts you call legs. Now where have the buggers got to?
This way, they're heading off in the direction of the forest.
Come on.
Now where do we go?
I'm sure they came in here. We can't be far behind them, but which way did they go? There must be some clue.
The smoke is wiggly. Is the only clue I have.
Finally, a way through this wretched forest.
Hippos are
Crumple,
deceptively fat.
look.
I don't know.
What's that coming through the mist?
I say, I don't much care for that thing. What on earth is it?
My God, Frumple.
Looks
It's an
like a human.
abomination.
He's making a run for it.
After him. He may lead us to Price and our imposter, Spode. Ugh, I'm all covered in dried twigs and leaves from the forest. No sign of that creature, or Price or Spode, but they must surely have come this way.
They must be inside this lighthouse. We've got them trapped.
The doors are locked tight with a padlock.
We'll have to get it open somehow. We have to find them.
This is locked tight, I can't get it off.
Remember how the limehouse lizards cracked open that safe containing the Duchess's pearls? We could do the same. Blast the, blasted thing off.
Problem is, I don't have anything to blast it open with.
Here, I still have some of that gunpowder we took from the caves. Thought I'd grab some extra just in case. You can have the rest of the contents of my pockets too, in case it's of any use.
The papers we discovered in Gilfrey's safe.
So we've got some twigs and leaves, and gunpowder and a needle with thread.
It's locked. Damn it.
Sneaky buggers. Let's find another way in.
Right, I'm going to pour this gunpowder into the padlock.
It was locked before.
The
It was
lantern is
lit
long
before.
since extinguished. And anyway, I do myself a mischief setting light to the gunpowder when I'm right by it. I can probably use these to start a fire, but I'll get my hooves blown off if I ignite the gunpowder directly. I need a fuse. I'll place some of the thread from this sewing kit into the lock and run it a safe distance. Okay, I've soaked the fuse in the last dregs of oil from this lantern. Now it should light.
Because otherwise, nothing's happening.
Okay, hopefully I can use these twigs to generate a bit of a spark. Aha!
It's going. Stand back, old thing. Hooves over the old lugs, what?
Almost there now.
This is it. This is...
What's that face? That didn't work.
The doors are locked tight with a padlock.
Oh, but we've got a crowbar. And it's been damaged.
That's it! The padlock is off. Finally I can open this hatch.
It's a bit lingy down there.
My god, Frumple, what is this place? Just what has been happening here?
It's been growing humans.
Various chemicals and concoctions. A cure for what ails ya?
Wouldn't go sipping those willy-nilly. Some nasty stuff there.
What on earth are these things?
They're abhorrent, blasphemous creatures. Ugly blighters too.
I wonder, could these be related to that strange skull Gilfrey found?
Their noggins would seem to be about the right shape, though these poor chaps don't look like the healthiest specimens of whatever species they are.
That creature outside, though. Are these previous attempts to create that thing? Is that even possible?
Dashed if I know. I can help chaps keep hold of life, but creating it from nothing? Fellows that did that would be a damn sight cleverer than me, that's for sure.
Well, this doesn't help us with our immediate concern in any case. Good grief, what macabre experiments have occurred down here?
This equipment looks like it can deliver a heck of a shock to the system. Might be useful to kickstart a chap's ticker.
Or start one up from scratch, perhaps?
I say, a chap could probably hide in here if he or she wanted to.
The same thought had crossed my mind, old thing. Okay, ready? Aha!
Oh well, better look next time, eh? I say, Winklebottom, who's this unfortunate figure?
Looks like a lawyer.
Quickly, Frumple, we should get this gag out of his mouth. Right, old boy, soon have this out of your mouth.
Oh, thank you, sirs. I rather feared my number was up. What on earth is going on here?
That was rather going to be my question. May I ask with whom I have the pleasure of conversing?
Oh, how rude of me. My apologies. I am Ulysses Spode of Spode and Flabbernacle. At your service, sir.
I say, you're the fellow that Toad chap is impersonating. Not that he tricked me for a second, you understand.
He tied me up just as I arrived at the island. Asked all sorts of questions about me and my client, Mr. Gilfrey. You know the Admiral?
Yes, indeed, and I'm afraid I have some rather sad news in that regard. However, right now we must urgently search his laboratory. We're really in an awful hurry.
Oh, be careful. There's something ghastly going on in here. Have you seen that thing? That creature, all hairless and pallid? Oh, never in all my days have I set eyes on such a thing.
We'll be careful, and we'll be back to set you free as soon as possible.
Oh, don't mind me, old thing. I'll just wait here until you're ready.
Blast, it's locked. Spode and Price could be through here.
Bloody locked doors. As soon as we get back to London, I'm getting one of those skeleton keys that Charlie Weasel used for breaking into all those nightclubs.
What on earth? Why has the light gone out? Ow! I say, what was that?
Ouch! Something bloody well stabbed me.
Gentlemen.
Price, what's going on here? And where is Spode?
Oh, Mr. Winklebottom. I'm sorry it had to come to this. Why did you have to start poking your noses into things that don't concern you? I just wanted to be left alone with my work, but you wouldn't let me, would you? The same as Gilfrey wouldn't let me.
I don't understand. Are you saying you killed Gilfrey?
I didn't, as it happens. But does it matter, really? He had to be stopped. He was going to tell the world about my discovery. Stop my experiments.
That creature?
It is not a creature. It is a human.
I say, a what?
A human. Homo sapiens, if you want its scientific name. Oh, you'd find them fascinating, Doctor. Before the world as we know it existed, they ruled the earth, you know, built great cities and fought terrible wars. They were like gods.
Sounds like you want to take their place. You're playing God.
I have recreated them. Just a tiny trace of biological matter on that skull was all I needed. From just that, I was able to create cells, and from cells, a whole body.
Took you a few goes, though, by the looks of it.
Nobody's perfect, Mr. Frumpel. The mistakes were unfortunate, but an essential step in my work. And the final result, well, he is perfect.
I'm starting to see why Gilfrey wanted to stop you. It was you he was trying to get rid of, wasn't it? He wanted you off the island and your work stopped.
He didn't understand. Wanted to just tell the world about everything. They would have taken my creation from me. Lucky for me that others wanted the secret kept too.
The imposter, Spode.
He's their representative. He's just here to help get me and my work away from this place. His organisation is most insistent that this discovery is kept secret from the general public. They, at least, appreciate me.
It was him, wasn't it? He poisoned Gilfrey to keep him quiet.
No, sorry. That's enough. I've just been keeping you talking long enough for the poison to kick in. It should be well into your system by now. Can you feel it?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit peaky, old thing.
Me too, Frumpel.
I'm sorry I had to do it. But you would have stopped me, wouldn't you? I have to get off the island with my work like we planned before the wretched storm ruined everything.
Wait, stop. Let's discuss this like civilized animals. It's not too late.
Sorry, Mr. Winklebottom. The boat should be here by now, and you've most kindly found the papers Gilfrey took from me. We've been searching high and low for these. And you've brought the skull, too, I see. I'll have those.
Wait, No. Frumple. Frumple, snap out of it.
I don't feel so good, old thing.
Quickly, we need to find an antidote. I need you, Dr. Frumple. Lots of pretty bottles. I wonder if any of these would help with my head. I'm feeling frightfully woozy right now. I say, I can't make head nor tail of these. The worst jokes won't stay still.
Rude of them, honestly.
Jurassic working with the dinosaurs. Jurassic Parking with the dinosaurs, I mean.
Look at the funny wobbly monkey.
You really should stop your limbs from swaying like that, old thing. It's really most alarming.
Come on, old chaps. Snap out of it.
Well, do you happen to know what the solution is?
Lots of pretty bottles. Ah, doctor, I need a doctor. Come on, old boy, you have to help. There are lots and lots and lots and oh, I'm repeating myself. The point is, there must be something we can do with all these chemicals.
Give me a moment, I need to think in my head. Ah, I know.
Well?
Well, I remember my school holidays in summer running through the grass. The colour of the leaves on the trees, everything was so happy then.
I'm not sure this is helpful.
It just popped into my head when I was thinking about how to make an antidote.
Frumple, look, it's a table.
Oh, maybe we could hold a nice dinner party. I'm rather hungry. Are you hungry?
Frumple, look.
Green.
Chin chin, old boy, and down the hatch. Ugh. Come on.
Met a chap one day who had made the most delicious honey. I got it all over my face.
I hope this tastes better than it looks. No, it was worth. I really hope some part of...
One day I stayed out too late and it started to get dark.
Well, here's... Blah. Is there any more, my friend?
Eventually the end of summer came. I had to go back to school and those rotters who called me names. I spent the last day just laying down, looking up at the clear summer sky, hoping the day would never end. Still remember the colour even now.
Blue? Ooh, oh.
I hope this tastes better.
I just did yellow
No,
again.
I don't know if I'm...
I was trying to do blue, but the thing's moving.
Okay, bottoms up.
That one looks like poison, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I need to talk to Froctor Dumple.
But I'm liking it, it's weird. This is slightly disconcerting, I don't like it.
Come on, old...
Well, I remember my school.
Okay. I screwed up. Oh no,
Okay.
come on!
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I need to talk... Come on, old...
Well, I remember.
Chin chin, old boy, and down
Kickstarted
the
it.
hatch.
Ah. Do you have a switch?
Ugh. Come on.
Met a chap one day who had made the most delicious.
Well, that's good then.
I hope this tastes... No. I really hope some part of you...
One day I stayed out too late and it's.
Well, here's my... Blah. Is there any more, my friend?
Eventually the end.
Okay, bottom's... Yeah.
There we go. That was painful.
Oh, my head. My word, those chemicals tasted absolutely foul.
They did the job though, eh?
Indeed they did. Well done, my scholarly sidekick.
We'd better get a move on though. Catch up with the rogues before they scarper.
Yes, come on, let's head back outside and see what's happening. Spode.
Well, no. But I'm sure you know that by now. I thought I'd got away with that, you know. Would have too, if not for you meddling mammals. Just needed to play for a bit of time for our boat to arrive and get myself, Price, and her creation away from here.
You did it, didn't you? You killed Gilfrey.
Old fool was going to go public about what he'd found. We couldn't allow that.
Why not? What harm would it do?
Harm? My dear Winklebottom, it would be catastrophic. So much of what we think of as our society comes from them, you know. The humans. We cannot allow their existence to become public knowledge.
And so, just for that, you killed him?
No choice. We needed to tie up all the loose ends. Keep him from talking and get Price, her creature, and the research off the island.
Only you couldn't, could you? You didn't know about the safe, so couldn't find his papers. And then, having wasted time looking for them, the storm stopped you getting away.
Inconvenient, that was. Fortunately, we ran into Spode, and as nobody else knew him, that gave me a convenient cover to carry on looking for the research. A solicitor looking through papers. Nobody would give a second thought.
But why not just talk to Gilfrey, explain things to him? You didn't need to kill him.
Too big a risk. Whatever else the humans were, they made sure everybody knew their place in the world. Kept order. We need that. Our society has been shaped, molded into a replica of theirs to keep our own instincts at bay. Imagine if that got out. It would be chaos.
Well, you've buggered it up now, haven't you? We all know, and we're not going to keep quiet about it.
Oh no, he's got a canoe!
Oh, Dr. Frumple, you and the others are never leaving this island. I'm sorry, but that's how it's got to be. This whole thing goes far deeper than you know. And I'm afraid the two of you are just some more loose ends that I need to deal with.
You absolute bounder!
No! Get off us, you fool! You'll have us all over the edge!
Oh no, not the tea!
Oh, no!
Epilogue, loose ends.
Well then, Culver, can I offer you a cup of tea before you go?
Most kind, sir. Most kind. I say, lovely service, wasn't it? Dr. Frumple would have enjoyed it, I think.
Indeed so, indeed so. Reverend Peabody gave a most moving sermon.
All a bit quick to my mind. But I suppose they know what they're doing.
Indeed, the impetuousness of youth, I suppose. Winslet and Constance looked very happy in any case, and Miss Clutterbuck was overjoyed that she caught the bouquet.
Shame old Frumple couldn't be there. Have you seen him today?
Oh,
Yeah, they say he should be out of hospital in a day or so. I think his demands for tea are some detestation to the nurses, truth be told.
And he still has no idea how he managed to get back onto the beach after his fall.
None at all. I suspect we'll never know.
maybe it was the woman. Or possibly the octopus. It was the octopus we saved.
Well, anyway, how goes the case? Still no sign of the fellow who was impersonating Spode?
Not a trace of him, nor this creature you claim to have seen. He almost certainly died in the fall.
And Miss Price?
Oh, she's being most helpful. Got a full confession. Honestly, I think she was just happy that somebody was paying attention to her for once. She'll be charged as an accessory to Gilfrey's murder.
Well then, I suppose that just about wraps everything up.
Well, there is just one thing. Price had these notes on her, in this weird-looking skull. The boys at the yard don't know what to do with them, so I rather thought you might want to keep them.
Oh, Inspector Culver, I most assuredly do.
Do you think you'll go public with all this? Tell people what you know?
That will require some thought. Spode believed our whole society would collapse if people knew the truth, but, you know, I rather suspect we'll continue to muddle on just fine.
Well, let me know if you do decide to tell the world. I rather think I might just take a holiday that week.
Most wise, Inspector. Well now, how about that cup of tea?
Oh, yes. Very kind.
And this time I'll be sure to put the tea in first, just the way Frumple likes it.
Quiet, Frumple. Complete the game without asking for Frumple's help. Didn't even realise you could, but yeah, sure. And case closed. Old Winklebottom does it again! Gelfrey murder cracked by Winklebottom. Winklebottom single-handedly solves another murder. Single-handedly? Bloody cheek. So I believe there's just one achievement left, and that's making the tea, using tea first. I definitely did milk first. It's right at the very beginning. Just quickly nip and get that after this is finished.
Well, old thing, how are you feeling now?
Well, not too bad, all things considered. They say I must have cracked me cranium on some rocks when I fell into the water. Doctor says nothing important was damaged though.
So just your head then?
Anyway, have the papers picked up on the case? What are they saying about me?
Well, I shouldn't worry yourself about that right now. My immediate concern is what to do about the research we found regarding these humans. Spode, or whoever he really was, seemed to think society would collapse if people found out about them.
I mean, it's a bit of a shock that these fellows ran the place before us, but look, if they were such clever clogs, what happened to them? Can't be that smart if they wiped themselves out.
Gilfrey's research doesn't say. Whatever happened to them, it didn't leave a lot of evidence, just traces really, underground or in deep caves. I suppose somebody must have found books or documents and set about moulding our society along the lines of theirs. It must have taken centuries though.
Some kind of secret society shaping the world? Sounds like utter bunkum to me. Anyway, what are we going to do about it? We have to tell people, don't we?
You know, Frumple, I rather think we do. We can't keep this secret. If people know the truth, then we can decide for ourselves. There's no reason to follow the path trodden by these long-dead humans.
Sounds
it's our
dangerous.
world now, and I believe we have a duty to find our own way in it.
Plus, I'm bound to get a mention in the newspaper if we do.
Indeed so, Frumple. Well, I'm going to go and make a few arrangements, and then, once you're fighting fit again, we shall have a big announcement to make.
Lord Winklebottom and Mr. Dumple to make great announcement. Oh dear. Lord Winklebottom und Mr. Dumple machen eine große Ankündigung. Couldn't see that quick enough. But that would be announcement in German. Große Ankündigung. Something about this. Apologies for butchering that word. Bureau of Animal Control.
My, oh my. No. This won't do. This won't do at all.
Oh, it sounds very American, that does.
Send out the word. I want Lord Winklebottom, dead or alive.
Kickstarter backers. Hey. There it was, yep. I caught it. No animals are harmed in the making of this game. Yeah, it's like I can't slow it down, but at least it's on my VOD. Did anyone remember to rescue this guy? Poor guy.
I say, Chabs, any chance you could let me out now? Getting a bit peckish here now.
Maybe the hormone will
Chaps?
save.
Chaps?
Maybe the woman will go and save him. Or just imagine he gets saved. He doesn't die of, thirst and hunger. Okay, so. One achievement left. We're going to make tea using the tea first. Real quick.
Oh my god!
He's dead. The master's dead. And then we'll be done for today. I've got streams this weekend. I think I don't have any other plans. But mileage may vary. I kind of want to finish off Paradise Killer.
Well then, from
Oh, indeed.
hopefully they don't
Huh, wretched
still all worked out.
Look, who is this chap?
Oh, Guilford's an old
Bit of a swat then.
evidently so.
Oh, I slipped it in.
Winklebottom cracks.
Never mind all.
Ah, well,
Mister.
well, never mind that.
No, I'm quite.
Oh, very well. Now to pour some out. And in. I'll take this. Good for the old. I put the milk in the cup.
Yeah.
Here you are then, and
That's much better. I say this.
wrong.
Wrong.
A most fine one, my friend.
So basically,
very
whichever way you
well,
do
I
it is
suppose
wrong.
This will have tea first.
There we go. Bleep bloop. All achievements unlocked. Indeed. Right, so yes, I will be back Saturday, 3 p.m. ish. And probably also Sunday at 3 p.m. I'd like to finish Paradise Killer. I'm fairly close to the end, I think. Or at least close enough that I might be able to accuse somebody. I don't know, I still need to get finished getting the collectible of things. But anyway, Saturday's usually got quite enough time for me to go flippity-dippiting around. So yeah, thank you to Hovel for the raid and for everyone for being here. Game complete, exactly. Point and click complete. I can uninstall one. Not that it was a particularly massive game, but that was Lord Winklebottom Investigates. I purchased that game. It's not massively expensive, I don't think, depending on your game budget. So yeah. Obviously, if you've watched the stream, then you might want to wait a while until you forget everything. But so yes, I am tired now. I'm just going to go to bed. I think we'll just send everyone over to see Captain Oz, who is still streaming. Hopefully not near the end. But hey, if not, we can capture the new train on there. And I will see you all at a different time. It's getting close to Extra Life. 3 weeks tomorrow, I think, or something like that. So yeah, I think we've got about 1/5 of our target, but we've been very ambitious this year. So we'll see how we do. Should probably start thinking about a plan. But anyway, catch you later. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Would you? Good night.